Hello, everyone, and welcome to Windy City MMA. This is our UFC Vegas 108 breakdown. Tatsuro Taira versus Young Sung Park. We'll start at the bottom here with the first fight of the night is going to be Peira Rodriguez versus Ketlen Souza. What are you thinking?
So we're back in the Apex, so I know it's a smaller cage. So
That is true.
I don't know. This is always this is a women's fight, a women's MMA. So I'm gonna go with Piera Rodriguez just based off her output and what she showed in her last fight. And
Like it.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same. I'm just going with Souza because she's the dog, but just put it in a nice fight goes the distance parlay with the other fight on this card. And call it
exactly.
a day. That's probably what it'll be. Most of in these types of fights too, sometimes I do like to just take the favorite by decision, like in
Yeah.
these lower level fights, because that's usually just tends to hit more than not, but nothing crazy. Just a fight goes the distance. All right, we'll move. Better fight. Felipe Bunes versus Rafael Estevam. What are you thinking?
In this case, I really like the value in the dog. He
Really?
has full camp. He has a full camp, and just based off the last two. Rafael Estevam, his last fight, I feel like, well, for sure he was winning the first two against Charles Johnson, I believe it was, but he got gassed in the third one. And if Charles Johnson was just a
Yeah.
little bit harder on his shots and just a little bit more clean, he would have taken him out in the third round. But at the end of the day, he won 29-28 with the two rounds, yes. Um, I'm I like Rafael Estevam. I like his wrestling. I like his ground game. I am gonna pick him to win the game to win the to win the fight,
Right.
but I am gonna sprinkle a little bit on the dog. Maybe on a round three knockout
Yeah.
or a round three decision. Just a small little side bet on that one because I do see that happening just based off his last performance.
That could 100% happen a round three finish, or maybe he takes a second and third after Estevam gasses out if he does. But like you said, I'm picking Estevam. A lot of people love him in this spot. I'm kind of leaning with you that I don't know if I do or not. But he's younger, he's undefeated. Will probably shoot a bunch of takedowns and just win a decision. Like his other two fights in the UFC. He these undefeated guys tend to fight really or not cocky, confident until they're not undefeated, and then things changed. And I don't know if
Exactly.
Boone's is going to be the one to make him not undefeated. So I'm going with Estevam, but
Yeah.
I don't like the minus 500 price tag.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I see there's value on the underdog, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Just sprinkle on that.
All right. Next fight, Austin Bashi versus John Yannis. I'm taking this fight was just announced yesterday, I believe. Bashi was supposed to fight John Marshall, and Giannis actually he's been fighting in Fury FC, and he did have a fight scheduled for August 22nd. So he was probably in camp, beginning stages of camp, middle of camp, whatever. Um, and I'm taking Bashi here. I think he was really hyped coming into the UFC, and then he got stopped or not stopped, but he lost to the prospect killer and C-Rod. So and
Yeah.
C-Rod's good, as we've come to find out. He takes a lot of prospects O's. So I think it's just going to be a big bounce back win for Bashi. I think they wanted him on this card. They want to start to build him up again. So I'm taking Bashi. I don't know how he's going to win. Maybe a submission. Uh, his number was good, so they opened him as a good number. They opened him minus 250, which I actually took,
Oh,
but now he's like minus 700, so now it's not worth
oh,
it.
Jesus.
But yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I like Austin Bashi. I like his style. I know that last fight, you know, sometimes you have to take an L to understand, hey, I gotta change some things. And there is another fighter that we're gonna get to, which is the exact same thing that Austin Bashi, I think, he just needs to bounce back, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be back in the win column, and they're gonna build him up.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we move. Nick Klein versus Andrey Pulyaev. What are you thinking?
I like Pulyaev. I like the height, the reach, the the experience in the UFC. They're both coming off losses. Um, Plus he has a V at the end.
Yeah,
He's not the of course he's not that
not
Dagestani
the same, but
wrestler, like going forward at all times. He uses his striking as well. But I just think maybe just based off the experience, Nick Klein didn't really show us that much on his last fight.
yeah,
Sad to
me
say, but yeah.
too.
So I'm leaning. I'm leaning.
I'm leaning Pulyaev too. I don't really have a crazy rhyme or reason. I just same with you. I'm not too big of a fan of this fight, but it is a pick 'em. So if you really strongly feel about one way, go for it. Or it's damn near a pick 'em. I don't know exactly. So Pulyaev, but nothing crazy. We'll
Yeah.
move. Rodolfo Viera versus Tresean Gore. Let's hear it. You're smiling. Is it going to
This
be
is a
Gore?
this is a no, it's just a
Okay.
funny. It's just a crazy matchmaking. I see what Trishan Gore has to do. He has some power in those hands for sure. And he has that dog that doesn't want to quit. Based on his last fight. I watched that I was feeling a little sorry for him, but at the end he just kept coming and coming and coming. So just coming back, I feel like he's gonna hold off. But then you're putting him against a Rodolfo Vieira, top jiu-jitsu. They're both coming off losses, but I'm gonna lean Rodolfo Vieira, but I won't be surprised if there is a Tresean Gore knockout.
Yeah.
Just based off the age Rodolfo Vieira is, the experience, but I don't. It's unlikely. But Tresean Gore has shown that he has that dog in him. He will brawl, doesn't care whatever he's thrown at him. But yeah, I
Yeah.
won't be surprised.
No, I agree. He got knocked out by Tulio, and Tulio proved to be a dog in that fight. And, Tresean Gore is a cop, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I think that's his like full-time job, and he does MMA on the
Okay.
side, if I remember correctly. And so, but he's not actually that bad, like you were saying. Like, I don't think he's as bad as it seems. I mean, I'm pretty sure his first two fights in the UFC were wins, or not two wins. His last two before his last fight, yeah, Tricali and Josh Fremd. He lost to Battle and Brundage before that to start his UFC career. But I'm going with Vera too. It's unfortunate that he had to go against someone with the power to knock him out in the last fight, and then now he's got to go with someone the jiu-jitsu to submit him in this fight. It's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I think it's a bounce back win for Rodolfo Vieira, and but it could be a good underdog play as well. But I do think Vieira is going to win by submission. That's what Gore wrestles too well. Um, so if he entertains a grappling match, Vieira could just be too good for him and find a submission himself. So I'm going Vieira as well, probably by submission,
Yeah, I like
probably
Vieira by
early.
submission.
So that could be a nice play, depending on the
Yes.
odds. I know they're not fully out yet. This card's been weird with everything, you know, whatever. We'll move. Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Who are you feeling?
Rinya Nakamura. I just pulled his autograph card off of Topps Chrome.
There you go.
So I don't know what that means to me, but
The sign.
I see this Nathan Fletcher guy. I saw his last fight. I feel like this is a good underdog play, but I'm gonna lean Rinya Nakamura. The only reason is I hope he wrestles. He's
Yeah,
one of the top wrestlers of Japan, and he didn't wrestle that much last fight.
at all.
I think, yeah, at all. I
Yeah,
think I think what we mentioned was that as I mentioned before, you need that one loss to get you back on track. Like, okay, this striking thing is not working. I think I should maybe do what I'm good at and do what I'm supposed to do, in my opinion. But I hopefully him or his coach doesn't tell him, hey, let's keep it a stand up. Because
yeah,
Nathan Fletcher, he will throw back. He is not afraid of that. And
not at all.
if it's a stand up, I'm leaning Fletcher. But if Nakamura is doing what he's supposed to do, that's why he's what is he, a negative 400?
Yeah, around there. He's minus
Yeah.
400.
He's supposed to be a good prospect, but I don't know what happened last time. I guess he was just trying to, show off, that he doesn't need that wrestling, but apparently he does.
Yeah,
So just a little more training more, but I'm leaning Rinya Nakamura. let's just see what first round shows, and it might be a live play. If he's not throwing any shots, might be a Fletcher underdog play.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm completely agree with you in that I think it's going to be a Nakamura bounce back win as well. And like you said, Fletcher is a dog too, and he's willing um to wrestle or willing to like strike it out. So if Rinya didn't, I was thinking before, I was like, if Rinya didn't show as much heart if as he did in his last fight, because he got dropped a lot, I very well might be thinking like a nice Fletcher play, but he did show it, and I think if something does happen early where he gets hurt, he'll shoot. And I could even see him dropping Fletcher and then just wrestling it out. So I'm going to take Nakamura. Bounce back win again. A lot of these guys are being kind of almost set up, even though they're kind of close fights. The odds don't show it, but these guys need some bounce back wins. So Nakamura bounce back.
Agreed.
Move main card. Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. Let's go. Quick one. What are you thinking?
I got this is a hard one as well. At the beginning, I was just saying Kevin Vallejo. I love him. I
Yeah.
love how he fought a contender series. Of course, John against John Silva, and John Silva's up, in the rankings now. So that was a good, I guess, loss on his record.
Yeah.
But
The only loss.
Yes, but he then you go against Danny Silva. He's a taller guy. Kevin is smaller for this division. Even though he is making weight, he is smaller though. I am gonna lean Kevin Vallejos by knockout, but I wouldn't be surprised this being going all the way to distance. It might be his first in a long time, but Danny Silva, he might be able to do something about it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you actually. I was thinking of Vallejos by decision play just because he's gonna be so heavy as a knockout like play today and that everyone's gonna be wanting to do or this week. He's finally kind of making a name. People know him. He's active on Twitter and uh he's known as a knockout artist right now. People love him. I think his two fights in the UFC were knockouts, if I remember, or
Correct.
his contender and then yeah, Siwoo Choi.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning of Lejos' decision play, but I think he wins. I think they're not gonna give him too big of a test yet. I think they know how good he is or how good he could be. People are calling him the next Ilya Taporia, so we'll
Oh
see.
yeah, when he lets his hands go, his boxing is amazing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised seeing a knockout, but I do see this because of all the money coming in as well.
Yeah,
So you got to
100%.
keep that. Yeah.
All right, we'll move. Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. I'm low-key feeling a Magny dog play. I think
There we go. Let's go.
Magny's a dog.
Magny is a
Another
dog.
fight I don't have a crazy strong opinion about, but Magny at dog odds, he's tough. He can go 15 minutes, and if he doesn't get knocked out by Zaleski, I don't know if he has the prates and the Morales power to knock out Magny like the other two do. So I don't mind Magny maybe by decision here.
Correct. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. I don't see each other knock. I mean, I don't see either or knocking each other out. I just see Neil Magny clinch work, smaller cage than he's used to. Well, I guess his last fight was in the Apex against Carlos Prates. He main evented that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this is just a clinch work, control time, knees, head, body, and that's it.
All right.
Decision play. Yeah, we got to take a look at those odds for
Yeah.
sure. Will be a good play.
Magny decision. So we're in it. All right.
Yes.
Karol Rosa versus Nora Cornolle. I'm also thinking kind of the dog here by decision. Nora by decision. A lot of people are kind of surprised she's a dog. I don't know. So,
Yeah, I did see she was
yeah.
plus 200 something. I think
Yeah.
this should have been a little closer fight, especially because it's a women's MMA. It's not some, top contender ranked that
Yeah.
should be going against an unranked female fighter, but matchmaker sees something in Carol Rosa, I guess.
Yeah. So a lot of people like her. I don't know. I'm taking the dog.
I'm taking the dog, but I'm a little cautious just based off the books.
Yeah, no
I don't
bet.
know, I don't know what they see of Carol Rosa. She lost her last fight. Yeah, she did
Yeah.
lose her last fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, they might see a bounce back play, but I don't know. I'm taking the dog as well, but a little caution on that one.
Same. All right, we'll move. Elves Brener versus Esteban Ribovics. Go for it.
This is fight of the night, performance of the
100%.
night. This, if this goes 15 minutes, this is for sure a top one like Joshua Van and Brandon Royval. I don't see anything else.
Yeah.
Unless Elvis Brenner just starts going, just shooting and it's a jiu-jitsu fight, I guess. But Elvis Brenner is a dog. Ever since he knocked out, he had that famous knockout, I believe it was 4 fights ago, which just brought him up. Ever since then, he's just been fighting dogs, Orobai, and then he just got knocked out by the Spaniard,
Yeah, Joe
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
So
He's a beast.
I feel like Alvarez and Ribovics is almost like the same. I don't want to say fighting style, but almost around the same like stand up. They're all going for that. I think this is a bounce back play by Ribovics. Unless we see a round three knockout by Elvis Brenner, the dog, which I am also gonna play. But I do like Ribovics. I think he takes this based off his last two performances. I think he takes this.
I agree. And I do, like you said, I think Elvis Brener is actually better than people are giving him credit for. I
Yes.
think he's good, but I think the Argentinians just both have a nice wins this week, and I think especially Ribovics, who because he lost Hazapras or whatever Nazareth by
Yeah,
decision by
close fight.
split
Split
decision,
decision, yes.
and I'm pretty sure it was a close fight. It was a very close fight, obviously, but I don't know if I thought I think if I'm remembering correctly, I thought Ribovics won that fight. So I'm gonna go Ribovics bounce back win as well. A lot of bounce back wins this card, just kind of how things happen.
Yep.
One of them's bound to lose, but no, whatever. We'll move. Mateusz Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. This is another fight of the night possibility. And again, another one where I think it's going to be a war. And I don't know. A lot of people are counting out Chris Duncan already. Like, I think this is going to be a dogfight. Ultimately, I do think Rebecki's going to win because the way he went to war with Orobai was awesome. That was an awesome fight.
Awesome
And
fight.
I just think that if he can do that with Orobai, he can do it with Duncan and come out victorious. So I'm gonna take Rebecki. I don't know. I don't know if honestly maybe just an underplay. I don't know if it's gonna go too long because if Orobai if Rebecki cracks Duncan and knocks him out, he could do that. Or if vice versa happens, I can see Chris Duncan grabbing a submission. So yeah, but I'm gonna go Rebecki. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going Rebecki. But I'm not counting out Chris Duncan. Of course, he had the amazing contender series bounce back win. He was losing, he was getting a pieced up and just sat his feet down and one overhand changes a fight. It's a fight. One overhand, one submission just changes anything.
Yeah,
So I'm I'm gonna go Rebecki, but I wouldn't be surprised for Chris Duncan to pull something
out of thin air. I wouldn't
out
either.
of thin air. These dogs, these past two, three UFC events,
Dude, it's
they've been
crazy.
barking.
Chris Duncan's good too. He's not it's not like they're giving Rebecca a toss up here. Duncan could very well crack Rebecca
Yep.
and then just grab a submission. I could see that for sure. I don't know what the odds are, but I'm sure they're nice. So we're leaning Rebecca, but caution. Or we're on
Caution on
Rebecca, but
this one for
caution.
sure.
Main event of the evening. We finally got one. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun Sung Park. What are you thinking? It's a good one. This is actually
This
very
is
good.
an amazing one. I saw a stat. This is the first Asian headliner main event ever in the UFC, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's wild.
Um,
Considering
this is
they've
not
been
one championship, so you got
no.
to keep that in mind. Yeah, so this is MMA. Tatsuro Taira does have that wrestling, jiu-jitsu background. So he is planning on taking this to the ground. He had that split decision loss against Brandon Royval. It was a dog fight. You already know Brandon Royval is a dog. Raw.
Yeah,
He's
raw
a raw
dog.
dog for a reason. Yep. But then you have Hyung Sung Park. He is from Korea. You know how I feel about them South Koreans. I like them. I like them a lot. But oh,
I really wouldn't be
I don't know.
surprised if the Park
Yeah.
win.
Ultimately, I'm just picking the wrestler now. I really like to stand up for sure, but apparently now in the UFC, it's more wrestling, more. That's the only way out you're winning now, and
Yeah.
especially in the flyweight, who's the champ?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised with a Park win. It is a close fight, very close. I like this fight a lot better than the Abazi fight for sure. I'm a lot
Yes.
more
Yes.
excited. These guys, Park loves to finish fights. So, and Tyra has been doing it too, even though one of them was an injury. So I'm gonna pick Tyra, but I probably won't be touching this. I mean, Park has been in camp. He was supposed to fight next week, training for Erstag,
Exactly.
and obviously that's a different type of opponent. But I mean, if he can stuff takedowns, he can make this very interesting. I don't know if we'd be able to. Tyra is very, very good. So I'm gonna go Tyra probably by decision because I don't think he finishes
Ooh.
Park. I don't think he finishes Park. I think it could be a 25-minute partial war, partial boring, and then Tyra wins all the boring to win the fight.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like, the first round they go to war, second round Tyra takes him down, holds him for
Okay.
5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, and then, it happens again, and then Tyra wins 3 of 5 or 4 of 5. I could see that for sure. So
Mm.
Tyra,
I actually saw this going not to the
really?
distance. Yes, for some reason I liked Hyung Sung Park. It's either he's gonna catch him with hopefully a knee, because Tatsuro Taira some takedowns or were a little sloppy, especially against Alex. What is his last name? Perez.
Yeah,
They were a little
they were.
sloppy. And Alex isn't really the best
No,
um,
not at
wrestler,
all.
and he was able to stuff some take. He even had some takedowns of his own as well. And I wouldn't say Alex is one of the best against Hyung Sung Park. Comparing them, I'm picking Hyung Sung Park every time.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. I see either a Tatsuro Taira submission maybe just because it's a flyweight and it's his bread and butter. So he's gonna get Hyung Sung Park to the ground and submit him just like the champ. I guess flyweights, that's what they like to do. But I wouldn't be surprised for Hyung Sung Park to get a KO. Maybe a knee straight to the middle and just ground and pound, and we don't even see the judges. And
yeah.
I don't know. I like that, but I do see now that you explained, your side about going to the distance. I see it a little bit, but I'm gonna lean on my side
No,
just to
it's
make it a
fair.
little
The
spicy on
the
us.
only the only reason I think about the decision st aspect is because thinking about like the fact that first of all, both these guys, Tyra's been a decision 5 times, Youngstown Park once, so they don't go a lot. But I don't know if this is just my conspiracy theory. They're gonna let Tyra finish Park. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
Mhm.
Like I feel like last second put together. Like, granted, this has nothing to do with actual fighting, but betting stuff and how they try to build fighters. Like,
That's
it could
true.
just be
Yeah.
go as a good loss that'll age well for Park in decision, or that ages well in general because Tyra's good. And maybe they meet later again later in their careers. They're both pretty young, so
Yeah.
who
I
knows?
mean, oh, and there's a leg reach advantage for Tatsuro Taira. Also,
Yeah, a
this is a Japan versus South Korea, so there might be a little bit more to it than we actually think, to be honest. Because then
little bit of bad blood.
maybe not that, but more like I'm representing. Like, is
Oh,
this is our
yeah,
first win, and I have to get that win over this other country.
fair. So bad blood in that sense, but not like
Yeah, in that
bad
in
blood
that
between
sense
each
only.
other. Yeah.
No, maybe there might be a lot of respect between each other for sure.
100%. I'm sure. I
So,
mean,
but
it's an Asian country. They tend to have a lot of respect in general.
yeah,
So yeah, we're both leaning Tyra, but we're not surprised. Again, caution. It's
yes,
a weird card. It's a really weird card. It
it is
feels
a real
weird.
card.
A
Yeah.
lot of dogs have been winning. You know, I just caution everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know for
think
me.
my plays this week is gonna be more like going to the distance, rounds base and stuff like that. Not really picking some winners this time. Let's just see how that goes because these past cards have been burning me.
I could, yeah, 100% see that. And I'm probably going to be very similar or just less plays. I'm thinking I already have money on Bashi because I caught him at such bad odds. But
Nice.
other than that, nothing yet. So we'll wait and see. All right. Thank you guys for watching. That was our UFC Vegas 108 breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Thank you.